Hey, Christina. Is now a good time?
Hey, Brianna, sure. What's up? Is it something about art club?
No, not the club. I was just wondering whether you use any social media.
No, not really. I use Messenger for chat quite a lot. And I did make some accounts on certain sites at the recommendation of my friends. But I almost never use them. To be honest, I'm so busy with painting pictures for art club, I don't really get time.
I see. You have next month's competition to think about too, huh? Sorry to drop a bomb like this on you at such a busy time. But I think someone is... Actually, you're better off just seeing for yourself. Look.
Huh? What's this? Whose social media is this? What the hell? Wait a sec! That image they posted is one of my paintings.
Right? That was your entry in the last painting competition, wasn't it? The one you won second place with. The school uploaded it on their homepage, right? Looks like whoever's behind this account reposted it from there. And they're saying pretty awful things. On top of the post they made in the picture I just sent, they've been saying stuff like, how could this piece of garbage win second place? Were the judges all blind? LOL. The colors look dirty. How gross. Was this really made by a high school student? A mentally disabled 3-year-old could do better, LOL. I'm so sorry, Christina. I hope these aren't upsetting you, but I thought you had a right to know.
Oh my god, this is so horrible. My paintings. Who the hell would do such a thing?
Well, I've been thinking about who it could be. And I think there's a chance it's Jada running a fake account.
What? Jada? It can't be Jada.
I only found it by coincidence myself, but I'm almost certain it's her. It says they're a sophomore at our high school and that they attend art club on their profile section. And they made several posts talking about how they won first prize at the last competition. Wasn't it Jada who won that? That's why I'm fairly certain it's her. It must feel really awful to be betrayed by someone you thought that was your friend like this.
No, I'm finding it really difficult to believe, actually. Would Jada really do this? We've known each other, like, forever. Me and her have been best friends ever since elementary school. Our families know each other. We've been there for each other through thick and thin.
I understand you don't want to believe your friend would do this kind of thing. I always thought you two got along great too. But you and her are the only sophomores at art club. And there are tons of posts containing information only she would know. Look, take this one here for example. Remember the time the sophomores made cookies for practical in cooking class? Then handed them out to the students at the art club. Here's a post from the exact same day. Your cookies taste like moldy carpet. Should have had your mom teach you how to make them before handing them out at school, LOL. Learn how to bake before learning how to paint, girl. You'll never get a boyfriend baking cookies like that. Who apart from Jada would know about that?
Would Jada actually do this, though? I just don't believe it. I've never seen or heard of her doing anything like this before, and she has no reason to.
I'm sorry, Christina. It's hard to deny at this point. It's the truth, unfortunately. Plus, it doesn't stop at mere insults. You better not ruin the next competition with your crappy paintings. If you're stupid enough to enter the next competition, I'm gonna show up at your house and beat you black and blue. Thinking of cutting whatever piece of junk she enters into the next painting competition into tiny little pieces with a box cutter. Decisions. Like this post if you think I should pour black ink over her painting right before she enters the comp. Imagine the look on her face. There are lots of posts threatening to cause actual damage. It doesn't get much more hateful than this. These are borderline and criminal.
Yeah, okay. These ones are plain scary. But if Jada really is the one behind this fake account, I wonder why she decided I'm her enemy all of a sudden. I can't think of a reason for the life of me. She won first place at the last competition after all, by a big margin too, so it's not like I'm a threat to her.
You say that, but you did get second place. Big margin or not, the second place runner-up is a threat. She's probably worried you're gonna beat her next time. The posts on this fake account really are horrible. Anyone who would do this has to be tapped in the head. Maybe it would be best if you didn't enter the next painting competition just to be on the safe side. I'd hate if something happened to you over a painting.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna talk to Jada tomorrow about this fake account. I need to find out whether she really is the one behind it.
I think that's a good idea. What are you gonna do about the competition?
I'm not sure. I agree that it's not worth risking my safety over a painting, and these posts scare me. I think I'm gonna give next month's competition a miss, at least until we can get to the bottom of who's behind this. I don't want to add any more fuel to the fire. Anyway, first things first, I have to talk to Jada.
Yeah. I'll send you the link for the fake account. Confront her with it and make her explain herself. Christina, you there? Did you see the post from last night? Oh my god. Who does that bimbo think she is to make accusations like that? God, I hate her. Looks like someone's pulling out of next month's competition. I've been waiting for this. Serves you, right? Looks like the inferior painter finally knows her place. Bow to the queen, lol.
Yeah, I saw them all. I spoke to Jade about the fake account yesterday.
And she still posted all this poison? That girl really is evil. Not an ounce of remorse. If anything, she got worse. I think it's time we took this to the school advisory board. There's no place for such a wicked nature hate monger in our club. The thought of her escalating is genuinely terrifying. It's Sunday, so let's take this to the staff office the instant she posts something tomorrow. We can have them kick her out of the club once and for all.
Just hold on a minute, Brianna. Me and Jada already discussed it, and we're pretty sure we got to the bottom of it.
What? That's impossible! Oh, Christina, you didn't let her manipulate you, did you? The post still continued in spite of you warning her for crying out loud.
On the contrary, thanks to those posts, Jada's innocence has been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Huh?
I know, Brianna. I know it's you behind the account.
What?
You've been pretending to be my best friend and bad-mouthing me on social media, haven't you? You, Brianna.
No, that's crazy talk. Surely you know that. Why would you think it was me? It's Jada's fake account. Just look at her profile page and the content of her post. Who else could it be? I know it's not a nice thing to accept, but please don't delude yourself, sweetie.
Anyone who knows Jada could have written those things. Literally everyone at school knows she won first prize at the last painting competition. I checked the post history from the day it was made, and there isn't a single thing on the account, and only Jada would know. Listen, I know it wasn't her, so just give it up. Jada stayed over my house last night. She sat right next to me while we watched the account posting in real time together.
What? You stayed up late to watch the account?
I've known her since we were little kids, so we often have sleepovers. She let me have her phone for the night, and I still had it at the time the posts were being made. She didn't have access to any devices, computer, phone, nothing. That proves beyond doubt that she's not the one behind the account.
Not necessarily. Think about it. What if she gave a friend her password and asked them to do it instead? With social media, if you have someone's password, you can post from any device anywhere. Don't fall for her lies.
I don't think that's the case, actually. Even if she did put a friend up to it last night, the contents of the posts themselves are suspicious. For example, back when they posted that I should have learned how to bake cookies from my mom after we handed them out on the day of the practical in cooking class.
Huh? Which part is suspicious?
My mom died when I was 2 years old. I've been raised by my dad ever since.
What?
Jada knows because we've been friends since we were young. So do all my other close friends. So if Jada or any of my other close friends were the culprit, they'd probably be making posts about my dead mom, not one suggesting she's still alive. Which is why it's pretty obvious whoever it is didn't know.
Well, maybe so, but even still. That doesn't prove it was me. You shouldn't go throwing around accusations that could get people in trouble without evidence. There are any number of people who don't know about your mom other than me. Why single me out?
I did think that. But last night's posts were the final nail in your coffin. The only person I discussed not entering next month's painting competition with was you, Brianna.
Huh?
I didn't tell Jada or any of my friends. I didn't tell any of the teachers on the school advisory board. I didn't tell anyone from art club. No one. Actually, I had no intention of pulling out of the competition in the first place. That's why I know you're the one behind the account.
No way! How could this happen? Thought I made it impossible for you to prove. I was so careful! I didn't think you'd ever find out.
Unfortunately for you, turns out you didn't make it as impossible to prove as you thought you did. In the end, it wasn't the tech side of things that gave you away, but your own stupidity. Anyway, Brianna, care to explain why you did this? Did I do something to make you hate me? Because I seriously don't remember if I did. Would you mind explaining it to me?
Ugh, you infuriate me! That clever, sarcastic attitude of yours infuriates me, and so does everything else about you! Did you do something? Are you completely ignorant? Of course you did something, and so did that bimbo Jada. You smashed my pride into tiny little pieces. The idea was to turn you two against each other so you start getting into fights at school, and have you both kicked out of art club.
Your pride? By any chance are you referring to the last painting competition?
Obviously! Why should a little brat so much younger than me win a prize? When the painting I worked so hard on didn't even get an honorable mention. I didn't get a prize because of you two. I want the recognition I deserve. I wanted you both to pay for what you did to me.
Wow, okay. I'm definitely detecting a hint of ill will in there. The thing is, you say all that. But let's say for argument's sake, your plan succeeded and you did get me and Jada booted out of art club. That doesn't necessarily mean you get a prize, you know?
Shut up! I'm sick of you! I'm already in my third year of high school. I'll have to find a job before long. And I wanted to win at least one prize to beef my resume up. Which is why you two witches are in my way. You're jeopardizing my chances of finding work, my future. Surely you understand why I had no choice.
I most definitely do not understand. To think you'd try and get rid of me and Jada using such shameless, underhanded tactics? If you put even half the time into your painting that you did into this wicked, insane plan of yours, maybe you actually win something.
I'm tired of listening to you! Just shut up, brat! Don't get carried away just because you got lucky and won a prize on a fluke. You're so arrogant. Someone needs to knock you down a peg. Winning that prize went to your head.
Anything you say is pointless now. I'll be reporting this incident to the teachers and the advisory board. Not only did you say all sorts of mean, hateful things, but you made actual threats. I'll beat you black or blue, and I'll cut your painting up. I mean, seriously, Brianna? I was worried for my safety. You had me looking over my shoulder around school. I was so terrified.
You'll only be wasting your time. I'll be deleting the account as well as these chat logs. With that, all the proof will be gone. So you can go around trying to kick up a fuss all you like, but no one will take you seriously. If anything, you'll be in trouble for making false accusations. It's such a shame. There isn't a thing you can do about it. Idiot. LOL.
It's true. If me and Jada reported you without any proof, we probably wouldn't be taken seriously. What would you say if I told you we had other witnesses, though? It'd be different then, right? You see, here's the thing. The entire art club is watching this conversation as we speak.
What?
I spoke about what was going on with the director and deputy director of the art club because of the sheer malice behind what you were doing. So we're here with everyone now. Students, teachers, everyone. The entire art club is my witness. On top of that, I have screenshots of every post you made on the fake account since it was created. I also have our chat logs stored on my computer.
What? You did all that? That's so sneaky. How could you be so dishonest? You coward.
Actually, I'm pretty sure making a fake account on social media and pretending to be someone else so you could badmouth me with impunity, was significantly more cowardly than me defending myself. Which is why first thing tomorrow, I'll be reporting you to the teachers on the advisory board, as well as your personal tutor.
No, wait! My personal tutor too? Why would you do that? This could affect my exams. I might even get expelled. Please!
Not my problem. Anyway, I'm done talking to you. Goodbye. The next day, with all the evidence I gathered in hand, I reported Brianna to the school advisory board and her personal tutor. Before the day was up, she was summoned to the principal's office, where she was reprimanded severely. Since no harm came to me or Jade in the end, it was decided that she wouldn't be suspended or expelled this time. The word of her disturbing behavior quickly made its way around school due to the entire art club having been present for her confession. She soon became known as that psycho girl and lost all of her friends, and her school life became one of a lonely, isolated path who others would constantly talk about behind her back. Being at school became so stressful for her that she ended up dropping out of art club just before the painting competition, and eventually stopped showing her face at school altogether. It's just like they say, what goes around comes around. For a little while, me and Jada were worried Brianna would get angry and try and take revenge on us somehow. But nothing happened in the end, and we were both able to safely submit our entries into the painting competition. I wonder who's gonna win this time. I can't wait to find out.
Oh my god, Megan, are you serious? You're having your wedding at the Centennial Hotel? That place where all the celebrities stay? There's no way, I don't believe it. Hello to you too, Katrina. Looks like Mom went and spilled the beans to you, huh? Yeah, she told me, but I don't believe it for 1 second. And why is that, dare I ask? Well, I mean, think about it. There's no way someone with a lame office job like you could afford a wedding there. It costs like $50,000 just to get in the door. What? My husband and I are both contributing to the cost of the wedding. Honestly, compared to what my husband is spending, it hardly seems fair to say I'm contributing at all. Your husband? Oh. Yeah, right, sure. I bet he's paying for 1 napkin. What's your deal, Katrina? Seriously. We talked it over and we're each contributing an amount proportional to what we make at our jobs. It really is that simple. And you picked the Centennial Hotel for the venue? Not only that, but you're booking the biggest room in the entire building. They had some global business summit in that room last year. My husband wants to be able to invite as many of his associates as possible, and given the numbers involved, that was the only room that was feasible for us. Oh yeah, cool story, Megan, but I'm not buying it for 1 second. I'm not selling anything, though. What makes you think I'm lying? Do you have to ask me? For crying out loud, Megan, you know exactly why I know you're lying. I can see right through your little game. You and I both know that you're jealous that my husband makes enough money to rent a high-rise apartment downtown. You're only planning this insane wedding because you're going to try and make me pay for it. Wait, what? I don't need a single penny from you. My husband and I can pay the full cost of the wedding we planned with no problem whatsoever. Do you really think I believe that? It is really, really bizarre that you think we're so hard up for money, but rest assured, we're not. We're doing just fine for ourselves, Katrina. Okay, you're really committed to this story, but let me make one thing clear. My husband is sitting next to me, and he wants me to tell you something. We will never, ever loan you any money for the wedding or anything else, so don't bother asking. Get it? So save yourselves and us a lot of shame and just give up already. You are something else, Megan. Yeah, I know. Like, that's exactly why I'm making this so clear to you. I'm not like you. I'm not some poor loser who has to beg for their sister's rich husband for money to pay for their own wedding. I don't really care if you believe me or not. We're not going to ask you for anything, so just leave me and my husband alone. Goodbye. You know, I really have to hand it to you, Megan. You are really committed to this. You were actually willing to go up to your eyeballs in debt just to impress me with an extravagant wedding well beyond your means. Who said anything about debt? I mean, look at this place. It's gorgeous. Poor losers like you and your husband couldn't even afford to rent this place for 1 second. You definitely took out a loan for this. This conversation again, I thought I made it very clear the last time we talked about this. We are not poor. We did not take out a loan for this wedding. We paid in cash. We have enough money at our disposal to pay for this wedding without having any long-term impact on our finances. Nah, you're lying. Everything I know about you says you could never afford a wedding like this. So, what, did you put up as collateral for the loan? Your kidneys? Once again, we did not take out a loan. And just for the record, if you even think about saying anything stupid about us being poor or taking on debt for this wedding, sister or not, I'm gonna have words with you. Oh, don't worry about me, sister dearest. I won't do any such thing. Good. I'll be keeping my eyes on you, though. I won't have the opportunity to talk to any of your guests because I'm not going. What? You're just gonna divorce him in 2 months anyway, once you get tired of being married to a deadbeat loser like him. So me coming to your wedding would just be a massive waste of my time. My God in heaven, Katrina, we're not poor. You know what? I don't have time to deal with you right now. I suppose this means that I can mark both you and your husband as not attending, right? Yep. My husband doesn't want to waste his time either. Just last night he said, what's the point of even going further in debt to hide the fact that you're broke? It's so humiliating being related to someone like you. Uh-huh. So yeah, I'll mark you both as not attending then. I'll have to call the caterer to cancel your meals. Uh-oh, 2 meals? Oh, that must be like 2 months' salary for you two. Well, while you two are enjoying the last decent food you'll ever eat, my husband and I are going to invite a bunch of his friends over to our high-rise apartment and have a real party. To think that you're too poor to experience high society like this, I almost feel bad for you. Oh, and one more thing. We'll be sending a formal written notification in the near future, but my husband has a message for you. Your husband? What does he want with me? Is he gonna send me a sternly worded letter begging me to stop making fun of him for being a complete loser? You're living in room 905, right? You're 3 months behind on rent? Huh? As per the rental agreement, if a leasee becomes 4 months or more behind on rent, the leaseor has the right to unilaterally terminate the lease, which is exactly what we're planning to do. So I recommend you pay your rent as quickly as possible. Wait, what? Hey, Megan, are you there? Your husband's name, it's Terrence, right? When I looked on the lease agreement just now, it says that the owner of our building's name is Terrence. They even have the same last name. Is your husband the owner of our apartment building? Or is it just some crazy coincidence and the guy just has the same first and last name? I thought your husband worked odd jobs. There's no way he has enough money to own an entire apartment building, right? Megan, I know you're there. Answer me. You know, somehow I knew that you'd end up storming into our reception dinner. What do you expect me to do? We're about to get kicked out of our sweet apartment. Just calm down, would you? It's not like we're gonna boot you out the door today or anything. You are terrible, Megan. Really, just the worst. You waited until the last second to drop that bomb on me just to make me come to your stupid wedding? You should be grateful that I went to the trouble of getting a rental dress for you so you didn't have to wear your pajamas for the whole dinner. This is the worst. Now everyone thinks that I'm some poor loser like you are, or, well, that I thought you were. I've never been so humiliated in my life. Katrina, I think you probably didn't notice, but the CEO of the company you work for is here with his wife. What? He was here? Seriously? Yep, he and Terrence were classmates in college. He was aware that my sister worked for his company and was looking forward to meeting you. So imagine his surprise when he got here and saw that your seat was empty. Terrence was worried that it might have some negative repercussions on your career aspirations if you weren't here. So he decided he would drop the fact that you were 3 months late on rent in order to get you to come to the venue, and lo and behold, it worked like a charm. Why didn't he just tell us normally, through the mail or something? Why wait until today? How to put this? Let's just say it was a little bit of revenge for treating me and my husband like we're destitute when you and your husband are the ones 3 months behind on rent. You little... The truth is that Terrence really was dirt poor when he was young. His family went through some super hard times, but he didn't let that hold him back. He worked harder than anyone else in his class, all the way from grade school to university. And that hard work and dedication is what led to the lifestyle he has today. And all his experiences of struggling during his younger years make this wedding all the more enjoyable for him. You should have seen him. He was grinning from ear to ear the whole time with pride at what he'd accomplished. And it was also what ticked him off so much about the way you'd been talking about him since we started dating. Oh. For real, Katrina, what's your problem? What made you think he just worked odd jobs? Sure, I've never come out and explicitly stated this is what he does for a living, but still. You didn't even realize that he was the owner of your apartment building? Mind explaining that one to me? Well, I see him cleaning the entrance to the apartment building from time to time. Sweeping, mopping, that sort of thing. So, I don't know, I figured he just worked at the cleaning company that the apartment manager contracted with. And then I'd see him at the nearby convenience store in the middle of the day, too. He was always wearing super casual clothes, like sweatpants, sandals, hoodies. What was I supposed to think? He takes pride in his work, Katrina, something you obviously aren't familiar with. It's his building. He wants to make sure all the public spaces are spick and span. And as for going to the convenience store, it's not like he's attending a state dinner or anything. What's wrong with wearing casual clothes out on the town? Hey, don't tell me. The owner's room on the top floor. Is that his apartment? Is that where you're gonna live from now on? Yep. Seriously? I don't believe this. You really didn't know? How was I supposed to know? Didn't you see the return address on the wedding invitations we sent out? No one looks at the return address. I suppose we do have an exclusive elevator, so it's pretty likely that we wouldn't meet when coming and going. And since we work different hours, we'd obviously never meet on the way out the door in the morning or in the evening. But still, really? Kinda insane that you never noticed. It's not fair. It's not fair! Why do you get the sweet life? I quit my job. What? Why? Because it sucked, that's why. Ever since I found out that the CEO is friends with my brother-in-law, it felt like I was being watched all day. It felt super creepy, and I just started hating it there. Is that really why you quit? Well, that and the fact that my husband makes a ton of money. We can survive on just one income, so I thought I'd try my hand at doing the whole homemaker thing for a while. Ah, I see. I submitted my resignation yesterday, and once I use up all of my days of paid leave, I'm officially done for good. Being a housewife is gonna be so much fun. I think I might call a door-to-door nail artist to give me a manicure. If you've got money to get your nails done, how's about you pay your rent? The rent that you're 3 months late on? Oh, that's not my responsibility. Talk to my husband about the rent. He's the one whose name is on the lease, so... I think he just made a mistake when he filled out the automatic payment thingy with the bank. I bet that'll get taken care of in no time. Yeah? Well, for your sake, I hope you're right. My husband got fired! Uh-oh. Yeah, it all happened like 6 months ago. Did you hear why he got fired? Yeah, apparently he made a mistake that cost the company a contract worth millions of dollars. And the company was apparently making a huge bet on getting that contract, so a bunch of investment went completely to waste. I guess it wasn't the kind of goof that can be punished with just a transfer or docking his pay. And that's the reason why we haven't been paying the rent for the last few months. When I checked our bank account balance, it was practically empty. All our savings are gone. Oh, so that's what happened. Well, that makes our decision on what to do next much easier. We'll begin the process of terminating your lease immediately. Oh no. You'll receive a formal notice in the mail within the next few days. Also, as per the terms of the contract, the 3 months' rent you owe will be billed to your co-signer in the event you're unable to pay. So I suggest you contact them as soon as possible to let them know. No! You can't do that! Why do you think I texted you just now? I need your help, Megan! Sorry, Katrina. But this isn't personal, it's just business. Sister or not, as the owners of the apartment building, we have no choice but to take actions that are in the financial interest of the business. Please! We can't have the word getting out to our other tenants and potential new ones that we're lenient on late rent payments, so no. You won't be getting any special treatment. Terrence personally told me that. He did? This is the worst. My high-rise apartment, it's gone. Now I'm gonna have to live somewhere poor people live, like a regular apartment. Seeing as you're both unemployed now, even that might be a bit too optimistic. But my husband is working really hard to find a new job, and he's even doing some short-term jobs here and there for some extra cash. So, your husband is broke and working odd jobs, eh? Hey, just what is that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing, Katrina. Nothing at all. You're just a... Oh, why is this happening to me? Soon afterward, Katrina went groveling to the company she had just resigned from and begged them to take her back. However, she never was an employee in good standing, so they promptly turned her down. Her husband did get some money in severance from the company that fired him, but that was all used up already, and her final paycheck from her company was garnished to pay their late rent. Terrence worked swiftly to have them evicted from the apartment. As for where the newly homeless and newly unemployed couple moved to next, it seems that they moved into the employee housing for a company they were referred to by their co-signers, her husband's parents. The day they were evicted, a black-paneled van was waiting for them out in front of the building. They were encouraged to get on by several large men that got out of the van, and the van swiftly drove off toward the outskirts of town. My understanding is this company has a very successful employee training program, so hopefully the two of them will be whipped back into shape while they slowly chip away at the debt they now owe.